Europeans, or let's say my people and Latvians, think that most of the Americans are acting fake. Let me guess, you're an American that thinks Europe is amazing and full of fun and beautiful people and partying and you want to go visit? Or you're a European that sees New York City and Los Angeles and you think, oh my, that must be a blast 24/7. There's no way it can't be. Well, I am here to tell you the truth about both of the places because I am American and I am also European. I have been through most of Europe and I have seen most of Europe. Um, right off the bat, I'll tell you, yeah, Italy was awesome. Germany's a cool place. Austria is beautiful. But at the end of the day, it does not matter where you are. The outside world shouldn't affect your soul. So I'm going to tell you, basically, whenever you are in America, you definitely see big, flashy things. It is what Texas, what's bigger than Texas? Or like everything's big in Texas, you know. California, party it up, live it up. New York is like a whole world in one spot. So it's very easy to get lost in the sauce, and that's what I've done, even in Oklahoma, in the middle of nowhere. Um, Compared to Europe, though, in my opinion, I'd say America definitely is more advanced, but that's because it's also newer. Like right here, this city that I'm in is 800 years old. Like literally, the history from it comes from over 800 years ago. But America, for example, is no more than like 150 years. Like the stuff that's been relevant. Most of the stuff became new like 100 years ago, when stuff here is still standing from 800 years ago. That's a really big difference. One of the biggest things is the architecture for sure. Like the same thing applies here. There are buildings here that are older than America itself, and they just keep renovating them, you know, remodeling them, and it makes the architecture keep its history. While in America, so many buildings just get demolished every day and new buildings built within a week, skyscrapers and stuff like that, which I have no problem with, but that's the difference. Like in America, everything's just manufactured basically, but here they've tried to keep everything from history and keep the history alive, which I like. Like there are so many castles in Europe too. I don't know of anything like that in America because I believe that there were things like that a long time ago, but as America became America, we destroyed so many things of history. Like some of the coolest old things left from history in America are like bunkers and forts. Like imagine a Wild West fort in Oklahoma or Texas. Those are like the coolest things I can see from no longer than 200 years ago, but here in Europe, there's literally castles from 800 years ago. Some of them are not intact, but at least there's still the physical memory. One thing I like to talk about a lot is the food. Yes, in Europe, they definitely try to be more healthy, and yes, I will say it's mainly because Americans are their example. When people judge America, I really don't take their opinion because you're judging one stereotype out of 300 million plus people. The country I live in here has like barely 2 million people in it. So it just don't add up, but it makes sense. And back to the food though, yes, in America, there's so many other people every day, just like me and you, that are starting businesses, whether it's restaurant, fast food, healthy stuff, candy, whatever it may be. So we have more opportunities to get healthy or get sick, get fat, eat sweet stuff, eat healthy stuff. But in Europe, it's a lot smaller and it's more regulated. And I don't like the opinion that it's just because of the way the people are. America has so much more going on and it's harder to regulate something like that. And we do have freedom because we want to be known as that place with freedom, and we are. And when I live there, I definitely feel it. But with power comes great responsibility. You can either create good stuff with your freedom or use your free will for bad. I will say though that I prefer McDonald's in Europe because it's just a little more neat. Like in America, it might be put together quicker, more sloppy and stuff. Sure, it tastes good and has all the stuff pumped in it, but in Europe, I just like it better because it's fast food with a little more quality. But on the other hand, they don't import anything over here that I really like. Like, sure, they have McDonald's and a couple of Burger Kings, but Subway is slowly dying and they don't really sell anything here like normally. They sell imported products at specific import stores where the prices are insane and it's just a big hype trend thing. I don't like it, but I do like Takis. Driving and with vehicles, I live here in Riga, Latvia, the city. There are cars all the time, definitely, but if you're actually somebody. Alright, I had an intermission and I'm not going to stop it from recording my video, so here you guys go. But America versus Europe, the architecture, the food, let's talk about the people. The people. So, I'm not gonna be biased at all. I'm not biased, but I have heard so many of the same thing. I'm not taking one person's opinion. Europeans, or let's say my people and Latvians, think that most of the Americans are acting fake. And I can totally understand why, but it's because our world is becoming so fake. Like everything on social media and stuff, nobody believes, like, oh, that's gotta be like that, that's gotta be like that, that's fake. Like, we assume so much and it's full of lies, fakeness, and I really don't like it. But what I want to say is that whenever you go to Walmart and you see a random American and they say, hey, hi, they smile, that's actually real. Like, why in the world would a person want to fake that? To show that they're living a good life or that they. But it'd be a fake life if they're faking it, and it just don't make sense to me. But in Europe, people are a little more to themselves and they aren't as free minded, or I would even say in general happy as Americans. And I don't know the answer why. I just think that Americans allow themselves to make their own opinions more, live more to their will. But in Europe, it's a lot more compact and it does seem a lot more systematical. And going to school, it's like by the time you graduate high school, it feels like you're a freaking robot. Luckily, I didn't even, that's for a different story. But I've kept myself outside of these societal norms and it has helped me so much because I would either be one or the other. I would be the American stereotype or the European stereotype, but I don't want to be either. I just want to be myself with my own opinions, and that's definitely better. As in for living though, and let's say economics, I don't know too much because I live in Latvia. Latvia is not very economically great. Like from the outside the country, like it looks normal. The roads suck. The roads suck. I will say that. Just like in Oklahoma though, the roads are not very good in Oklahoma either. But at least America in general definitely has some awesome roads. Um, but in Latvia, you get paid less, but things are cheaper. Like let's say apartment and rent is cheaper. There's no tax. The tax is already put on the price tag. So instead of America, where you spend more money than you really thought you would, here you just it gets added together. You already know how much you're gonna buy, so that's good. But like in America, you have more opportunities for jobs. Even me, for example, with no diploma, I worked in Texas and made 50 grand in less than a year at 17, turning 18 years old. And that's a blessing. I could never really get that here, but it's just because of the land, the location, circumstances, how big the place is, how many people there are, how much money is in the country. But beauty wise, let's say, like, yeah, if I could have the American economics and American mindset while living physically in, let's say, Germany, Austria, being able to live in that nature, the mountains, like it really is different. You can find those in America too, But like I said, America's so big. I've only seen so much of America. Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, Missouri, just all those places in the middle. I've only seen the outside places from the airport, and I've been to New York for 12 hours, and it was like a fever dream. It doesn't even count. But like I know in Arizona there's mountains, and I mean we got Mount Rushmore, but I haven't seen them. I have seen mountains in places here in Europe though, and it's definitely inspired me, but I'd rather be living with my American mindset than having a sad mindset being somewhere beautiful. It just doesn't mix. Now, last but not least, I will say the future of both places. I honestly am scared for America. Like, because we have so much freedom, so many people, like, it is getting harder and crazier. People are getting crazier. New things are happening, good or bad. And I fear for our future, and especially the controversy online. Like, we're the easiest country to pick at. I understand why it makes sense. Like, it even makes sense to me. Like, let's say if I was America, the country, and I got put in a school, and I've been in Riga, and I've felt these things. Like, I'm the easiest one to give feedback to talk to, because I'm associated with that place that is full of whatever you want to call it or say, whatever your opinion is. I don't care. I only care about mine. I kind of forgot what I was talking about, but a long story short, I really like Europe, but I would only want to live in Europe if I had the economics for it and was still fulfilling my dream. But my dream isn't for these mindseted people mostly. Of course, I want the videos to get to the right people and them watch them and them share them and them love them. But there's a smaller percentage of these people like me here than there are in America. So I feel better in America, but I was also born there. So it just kind of makes sense. But I hope that by giving my opinion and my point of view and just speaking from my heart, that I can give a good perspective and idea in people's heads that haven't experienced these things or are going to or want to or don't want to. Just trying to help you figure out your life a little better, same as me. Because I rewatch these videos and I'm like, yeah, I really did say the right thing. I do agree with that. And if I don't agree with it, then I'll delete the video. So as long as these videos are up, I still agree with what I say. And honestly, probably always will, because I'm on one path only. Bless up. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. I'll make a lot more soon. Things are gonna get better, crazier, more high quality, more interesting, and lots more love. Please, if you like the video, leave a like. And if you're interested in my ADHD persona, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.